Hello, my name is Tia. Welcome back to Geek Vibes Nation. We have another exciting interview. I am with Chad L. Coleman. You may know him from some exciting projects such as The Walking Dead, The Wire, and The Orville. How are you today, Chad?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So, obviously, I do have to start with asking about The Walking Dead. You played the fan favorite Tyrese for 22 episodes. I know it's been some time since you've been on that show, but I do have to ask, how was your experience on that?
Well, I had an amazing experience. A bunch of incredible people and wonderful material and just a fantastic role. Tyrese had a big heart and was genuinely concerned about the welfare of people in a real tough situation and love of family and community. So, yeah, it was a great role and a great experience. And most of those folks are friends of mine today.
Oh, that's really awesome to hear. Did you keep up with The Walking Dead? I know obviously it went on for 10 seasons. It just recently ended. But I was just wondering if you kept up with the show at all.
Up until the point where Glenn and Abraham were their heads were bashed in by Negan. That was a wrap for me. Um, but I pop in sometimes. Michael James Shaw is a very dear friend of mine, so I popped in on him a bit, and Ross Marquand, and Seth Gilliam. So pop in a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, after that, Negan was a different animal.
I definitely understand that. I was just having a conversation recently where I feel that that was definitely a turning point. But when I got the opportunity to speak with you, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I remember your role heavily in The Walking Dead. So it's very awesome. But you, of course, have some really exciting upcoming roles. One of them being for the CW Superman and Lois, which at the time of recording is actually going to premiere tonight. I
Yes.
would love if you could tell the audience your character, what to expect from your role, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm playing supervillain Bruno Mannheim, and Bruno is a self-made man, incredibly rich, and he's transformed his community in South Metropolis, a place that most people didn't give a crap about. And Lex Luthor came from there and went to Metropolis. And he's a man who stayed home and was able to transform his community. And, they call him a villain, but he just a very resourceful person who has makes the choices he makes. There's a lot of gray area, um, but it's an amazing role, and I hope people tune in. This is an absolute fantastic role, and you get to see all the things in my toolbox, and just fierce range of emotion and suspense and family and action. So it's an incredible deal and fantastic show. And Tyler Hoechlin and Bitsy Tulloch, amazing. Alex Garfin and Wole Park and Taylor Buck. And I got Spencer Moore the second with me, who's in Creed right now, and Daya Veda, who's on the Hamptons with me. So it's been one hell of a season. So people are it's gonna knock your socks off.
It must be really exciting to be a part of a superhero project. How did it feel when you were did like when you were auditioning for the role and you knew that you were going to be part of a Superman project?
I didn't audition for the role. The role was actually the character was written for me. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. So but the interesting part is I was powwowing with a friend of mine, Evan Dexter Park, and we were catching up on some things that we had self taped for, and he said, "Did you self tape for that Superman thing?" And I was like, "I don't know anything about any Superman thing." He was like, "You should audition for it, man. I just put myself on tape." It's like, wow. So the following day, my agents called and said, there's an offer for you. A role was written for you, on Superman and Lois, Bruno Mannheim. And I was like, what are you talking about? That was in the breakdown. So I got Evan to send me the breakdown, and they said, yeah, it wasn't supposed to be. They wrote it for you.
Mm.
So, and we've been talking to them for a little while about it. We just didn't want to say anything to you until it all came through. So that
Oh,
was
wow.
really interesting. Yeah.
How
But
did
he's
that
also,
feel?
oh, fantastic. But it's been done before. I've been offered the roles on The Expanse and other shows as well. Even Girls Five Ever. I love that comedy that's now on Netflix. That's Tina Fey's comedy with Meredith Richmond. So um, I was exciting when I got to speak with the showrunners about what the who the character was and the depth of the man. So that's when I really started to light up.
And when you're portraying this character, I know you said before that they call him a villain. When you're playing roles that say aren't necessarily just good roles, like where you're just strictly the good guy, maybe there's areas of gray. Do you find yourself enjoying those roles more, or how is your process with that?
Yeah, people say enjoy it more. I wouldn't say I enjoy all my roles. I'm invested in every character I play. It's just complex, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's nuanced. I would just say it's nuanced and complex and layered, so that's what makes it exciting. But you don't play villain. There's no way to play villain. You play the situation and the passion of the moment, and just the stakes are really high. So that's incredible too. But yeah, I'm having a fantastic time. But I don't approach it like anything other than it's a real human being facing challenges, trying to protect his family, and you know, and trying to help the community. That's how I approach it. So.
Right. And not to spoil anything, but is this a role that we will see consistently through this season on Superman and Lois?
Without
I
a
know.
doubt, I'm in the complete season.
Nice.
I'm very. This is the guy for this season. The antagonist, if you will.
That's exciting.
It is.
And also, you have another project which actually just premiered on the 11th at the SXSW called The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. Would you like
Mhm.
to tell the audience about that, what your role is, and what the storyline is for that project?
Yeah, it's that was South by Southwest Film Festival, and it was an amazing experience. So the Angry Black Girl and Her Monster is a reimagining of the Frankenstein story told through the eyes of a young black girl. So there's all these social political implications to it, and it's about family. It's this is a hybrid that you've seen, say, like Jordan Peele suggest, you know, um, but it's deeper than that. I mean, you walk out of that theater really with a serious ache in your stomach and heart for people in disenfranchised communities and the things that they exact on each other and the need for all of us to rally around it and create lasting change. So that's incredible for a horror movie to be able to do that and to pull from a classic like Frankenstein. It's an amazing film, and I can't wait for folks to see it. It is truly incredible. A release date should be coming any day now, and we do know we're going to do it at the it'll not premiere, but it'll play at the Atlanta Film Festival in late April, I believe it is. So it's an important movie, and Bomani J. Story wrote and directed it, and he's a genius. And Leia DeLeon Hayes, who plays Queen Latifah's daughter on The Equalizer, is absolutely amazing. Denzel Whitaker is insane. And Keith Holiday is fantastic. The kids are incredible. and I play the father of the lead girl. And Donald is struggling with the loss of his son, and the reverberation of all the violence in the community, and and struggling hard with his own addiction and trying to hold his family together. So it's a beautiful role.
It certainly sounds like a powerful story to tell, and I am glad to hear that it will be playing at the Atlantic Film Festival in April. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for that.
But the theatrical, there's going to be a theatrical release, so we just don't know the date yet because we had the premiere, everything went fantastic. We've got reviews through the roof, Rotten Tomatoes, 100%. It's doing great. So they're just doing that business side of it because, Crypt TV, they are the platform that's responsible for producing it, along with, I think it's RLJE. Uh, so they're just working out those business parts. But I hope this will be in a sizable amount of theaters because it's a hell of a movie.
I hope so too. I hope that we all get to have access to go see it. So just
Yeah.
have to keep an eye on the release date.
Yeah.
So we have those two really exciting upcoming projects. Do you have anything else that you would like to promote right now so that others can keep their eyes out for?
Well, right now I would just say I hope that the Orville will be re-up and for season 4. Um, and I think you can possibly still see my movie Christmas Prayer on TV1 on that platform. That was a wonderful holiday movie, and hoping to do a sequel for that. And right now, honestly, I'm working on my own stuff, a couple of different television projects where I'm a co-creator on. So that's what's taking up most of my attention. Getting ready to do some more work for Girls Five Ever, which is now on Netflix. So I played Renee Elise Goldsberry's boyfriend last season. And I think I forgot how many episodes I did, maybe 2 or 3, but they're calling me back to do that. So that's exciting and fun as well. But preeminent, no, I was 5 months in Vancouver doing this, so took up a lot of my time.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're kind of stretched all over the place. How do you find any time for yourself?
Oh, I do. I find time for myself and my family. The key to being available to all of this is self nurturing and self care. So I spend time meditating, chanting, and reading Dharma, and being mindful and taking care of my children. So that's all regenerative for me, and this is all fun. This is what I signed up for. So uh, I, my perspective and perception is my own. So I stay positive. It's a choice. So I always tell myself a positive story, and stay present and loving and kind and laugh and have fun. And so it's all good.
Well, it's just good to hear that because you hear some, I've never experienced it from interviewing actors, but you hear some actors who maybe aren't having a great time. Maybe they take it a little too seriously. So it's always good when you speak with someone and they say, I signed up for this. This is what I love to do. And I find the joy, even though I'm sure the days on set could be very long.
Oh yeah, no question. There were very long, challenging days on many sets, but especially on Superman and Lois. Uh, but yeah, again, like I said, a lot of people don't really understand that. It's up to you. It's on you. No one creates your perspective or perception but you. So if you take responsibility for it and decide how you want to go through an experience, that's very empowering. So that's what I've learned through Kadampa meditation and Buddhism, and so I practice. That's what I do. I could easily go, well, this is and I don't like it, but that's my own negative energy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not into causing myself to be uncomfortable. So it's always about nurturing. If you stay positive, you continue to nurture yourself and extend yourself in that way to others, you create a better environment, better world.
Absolutely. And Chad, can our viewers find you on social media?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Chad L. Coleman
All right.
and TikTok as well. And tell them I don't understand how I could have 400 and some thousand followers on Instagram and like three hundred followers on TikTok. So y'all come on over with where y'all at,
I
you
TikTok,
know?
and everyone's on TikTok just scrolling. So make sure you go
Yeah,
follow Chad. Come on, let's
that's
go.
right. Come on, guys. Get with it. I need your help on this one.
Absolutely. That's everyone's challenge right now. Go follow Chad on TikTok. But
That's right. There you go. Get a little something to eat, and then then do that.
well, Chad, it was wonderful speaking with you today. Again, Superman and Lois is premiering on the date that we're filming this, March 14th. I hope that Superman and Lois gets
CW 8 o'clock, 7 Central.
it gets so many good reviews. So if you're a fan, please make sure you tune in. Chad, again, thank you for taking the time out of your day to speak with me. I really appreciate it.
It's been fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.